Hey, we still got some more to do on the modified engine rebuild, so let's get right to it. What am I gonna do here? Should I try to put that Variator on? How the hell not? You know, first thing I'm gonna do is I hate the way this clutch plate looks. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it down and then put a coat of paint on it. That's number one. Not exactly essential, but I'm getting ready to do that Variator, so I want to have everything ready to go before I do it. And you know what? Just sanding it down made it look a ton better. I don't think I am going to paint it. I think I'm just going to let this thing go as is. Next thing I'm going to do is clean this thing out and then grease it up and then install it. I gotta figure out what kind of shims I need on this thing. Well, good morning. My wife called me while I was getting ready to put the Variator on yesterday and told me to get the hell home. So I did. But now I'm back and I'm gonna try to put this Variator on. Now, this is how I took the original Motobecane clutch off. Had the bearing, one washer, internal O-ring or circlip, two more washers, external circlip, nut. And honestly, I think I'm gonna just try to put the Variator using the exact same sequence I took the Motobecane off. So we'll give it a try, and if it doesn't work, then I'll come back and I might have to use some more shims, or I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but we're gonna find out. First thing I'm gonna do is grease up the bearing. I'll go ahead and shove the bearing down in there. And then it was one washer, and then this circlip. And then two more washers. And then this circlip. think that worked. Bought this on Treats. Of all the parts from this episode, I'm going to link to in the description. But this is the nut you need for this guy. All right. Beautiful. Anyway, so it was just that easy. I put the shims and the circlips back in the exact same sequence that I had pulled it out of the Mobi clutch, and it's in there. It feels good. That was remarkably simple. Oh baby! All right, let's move over to the CDI side. All right, nothing tricky here, except that these holes go all the way into the case, the holes that you use to mount this stator, or CDI plate, I guess it is. I'm not even sure it's a stator anymore, but yeah, these holes go all the way into the case. So I'm going to use some high temp RTV when I put the screws in, just to make sure it's totally airtight. Read some directions on Moped Army on how to make this little timing tool. Check it out. I'm gonna make a timing tool out of this old sweet ass Swiss spark plug I have. I cut off this little you know, electrode or whatever on this side. And now I'm going to cut through this collar right underneath the porcelain part with my Dremel. Alright, now that I've cut through that, the theory is I should just be able to whack right on the electrode and the whole thing will pop out. I'll be damned. Here's a good thing about never throwing anything away. I've got a spring. Alright, so there you have it. I think it's going to work like a champ. This is an M6 bolt with a 1mm pitch, which means every one rotation of the screw of the nut is 1mm. So you find top dead center. So that's top dead center, and then one full rotation. Now this top is at 1mm before top dead center. A half a rotation. Now it's at 1.5mm before top dead center. You see that? So that's pretty darn cool. The instructions for this, I looked it up on Moped Army. This isn't, I didn't invent this or anything. I'll put the link in the description. That took all of 15 minutes. The only thing I have left to do is I want to grind this down so I have a definitive tip on this bolt head. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright. Now what I'm hoping is going to happen is when I turn the engine, this one's going to rise until it hits top dead center. Then I'm going to screw the nut down all the way so we know where top dead center is. I'm going to set this right now at 1.5 millimeters before top dead center. So let's see if it happens. There it goes up. Let me zoom in actually. Alright, here we go. There it goes. Alright, did you see it? Let's try one more time. You grabbed it. Push in. Keep pushing. A little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, there's top dead center. We've got one side of this colored black, so I'm going to spin it around exactly, I'm going to back it off exactly 1.5 times, and that'll give us 1.5 millimeters before top dead center. So, I want to make sure nothing else spins when I'm doing it, or else the whole damn thing isn't going to work. So now I'm going to spin it until it grabs that and starts pushing it up. There it is, right there. Now that we have it exactly 1.5 millimeters before top dead center, you see that line right there. And there's also a line on the stator cover. And I just want to put those on so that they absolutely 100% match. Right there. Give it a little whack. Sure we're lined up, and we are. Alright, now I'm going to spin it just to make sure it's right. I'm going to back it off a little bit. Hopefully right when those line up, I see this start to twitch a little touch. Perfect. All the way done. It's pretty nice. I've got to put the studs for the intake into the new cylinder. A little Loctite. All right, I made a nice big opening gasket. This is the stock Motobecane intake, and look at that. Oh, that's a lot of fuel in there. I love it. I'm just gonna align this. It's got some play. I want to make sure I'm not blocking anything. Oh man, looky. That's gorgeous. Alright. So this is pretty much done. Now I gotta put the whole damn bike back together and slap this on and make sure everything works. But this is complete. See you next time.